Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 7, the TD Markets podcast, joined by my special guests, Julian and Seppo.
When you say that, I remember the previous
colleague.
My special colleagues.
Yeah, happy to be back. Different date, different day now.
Thank you, colleague number 2. It's been an exciting week last week. Not a lot of news events, but a lot of soccer.
Yeah, I mean, starting off the week, perfect.
Like
in
happy,
terms of soccer.
one trophy in the bag.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I did say congratulations to Xander this morning,
yeah.
but the league is more important.
Yeah, that's why I was still going to win it. So.
Yeah, happy to be back again. Yeah, gentlemen, you said it was an interesting week. Not a lot of fundamentals. We're gonna touch on soccer, but yeah, last week not a lot of fundamentals. But I think we had interest rates. Didn't we have interest rate? The AUD, or we didn't have.
There was some interest rate that came out last week, I remember.
Yeah.
Seems like such a long time ago.
Yeah, but before we get to that, let's plug the viewers, right, with our competition, or rather the raffle, right? Details are on the screen right now. You can stand yourself a chance to win those great prizes. All you gotta do is to subscribe to our channel, or you can open an account, a live account,
And open an account.
Yeah,
It has to be both, man.
it has to be both. Sign up and sign up, subscribe to our channel and open up an account. And look at those great prizes. I mean, $300, $250. I mean, you can grow $300 to what? 2 times that, 3 times that.
Please note this is not financial advice.
100%. Yeah,
But $300 is a nice little
it's a
starting
nice start.
capital.
Yeah, it's a nice start.
It's a nice little amount to actually start getting going.
Yeah.
100%.
It's a nice amount to start your trading journey, or
Mhm.
actually add to your pool of funds to actually start trading at.
Yeah.
And it's good to actually like just get going.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're sort of a beginner. $300 if you do like proper risk management
I
on
was
your money,
about to
like
say,
that's
yeah.
more than enough to actually like start and get going on it. So I think great prize from us, and a nice initiative actually taken as well. So yeah, start
So-
looking at what we're saying, and then
Yeah.
maybe like see how you can grow your funds.
Yeah, maybe.
But listen, so I think the winner will be announced the next podcast after our NFP stream,
Yeah, so NFP is coming out on Friday, so
the 9th. That's the 9th. Not this week. Next
it's not this week.
It's next week.
I thought it was this week.
It's normally like the first Friday. Why did they change it to next week?
I'm not quite sure, but this is not the first time. It is the second week of the month. It does happen time and time and again. But
Damn.
yeah, so the winner will be announced on the 12th, on the 11th.
9. Oh yeah.
No, on the 11th.
Oh, and 11th, the Monday. Yeah, cool.
Monday. Cool stuff. There you have it. Excited to see or know who got those prices. So yeah, let's go back to the podcast. We're in the podcast. Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about a few talking points that happened last week before we get to this week. We're also gonna take a look at the charts. Want us to go over the calendar?
Yeah, let's have a look at the calendar quickly. What's coming up this week?
Yep. So 27th of Feb, this Monday. Not a lot of things today. Not a lot of fundamentals today. Durable goods. You guys do follow that?
Yeah, core durable goods forecast of minus 0.2. It's like a nice decline there. Oh no, that's 0%. I was looking at durable goods month on month. Yeah, nice to actually see coming down a bit. Last month it actually came out at minus 0.1, so coming out at 0%. Bit of an increase, but I think it's still fairly decent.
Yeah.
As long as we're seeing like goods sort of come down, it means like inflation is coming down as well.
Yeah, it makes sense actually. Pending home sales.
Solid 0%, no growth forecasted.
Well, we said we're going to start taking more of a look at,
Yeah.
home sale or housing stats and how that's going to affect the market. So I'm going to be paying real close attention to all the housing stats that are going to start coming out for this month and next month.
Yeah, like it is actually that's pending home sales, but existing home sales. I showed you the graph this morning. It's been on a sharp decline over the last year. Insane to actually see like how much is actually declined and how the property market is actually slowing down quite significantly.
Well, I mean, we discussed it last year. We went through some of the states declines, you know, where some of them were sitting on like a 70% of existing and pending home sales, just guys pulling out of the market, and now we're starting to see that roll over through the entire housing market.
Are those the effects of high interest rates?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Guys they see it more as it's like a risky investment right now,
Right
because
now,
they need to pay it back a lot more money, you know. So at the end of the day, I just see it as up until the point where the Fed starts cutting, maybe we'll start seeing, you know, guys jump back into the market. But I think it's going to be good for the housing market. I wish it would start happening here as well, because, you know, that's going to actually give buyers the opportunity to buy properties at a much lower price in the future.
100%. So this data today at 5, later on at 5. So that's it for Monday, right? Durable goods and pending home sales. All right, tomorrow, Tuesday, we do have pound retail sales. We don't talk much in fact, we never talked about yen retail sales. We also have AUD retail sales.
Yeah, I think it's a retail sales week.
Yeah, it is. And I think GDP week, we have a few GDPs reports coming out. So 2:30 tomorrow, AUD retail sales. France GDP.
Yeah, France GDP. Possibly like not a lot of movement. France isn't like a big contributor to the euro.
Who cares about France?
I couldn't even win a World Cup.
Couldn't even win the World Cup. Yeah, that's shots fired.
Swiss GDP, something to maybe like pay attention to. Definitely if you're looking at any Swiss franc pairs, Swiss GDP might have a bit of a factor, especially like it seems like it's increasing there from 0.2 to 0.3. Good to see, like as soon as it breaks through like the inflation, that inflation and growth sort of numbers that we spoke about, as soon as it actually increases above that inflationary number, like it's really good figure to start paying attention to.
That's tomorrow at 10. ZAR unemployment rate.
It's actually shocking that it's so low.
I think that number isn't right.
It's not right. So that unemployment rate is
It goes
classified
into
as
like
people.
50.
More than likely, like that's the official unemployment rate. So if you're looking at unofficial, you need to account for people that don't necessarily look for work. So that unemployment rate, it does not classify anyone that is that's including people looking for work. So at the moment there's 34% of people looking for work. The people that people that stop looking for work, they just discard them.
Any of our jobs that doesn't include our informal workers, who, you know, like casual workers and piece jobs and things like that, and a large majority of our lower income class income people do those types of jobs, you know.
100%. So like the informal job market or the secondary job market is not classified in that.
Yep. Tomorrow 11:30 we'll also have a look at that.
34% still shocking.
It's
It's a shocking number.
Let's see what
Canada GDP.
Yep. There we go.
Month on month, solid 0% again. No growth whatsoever.
Looks like everything is on zero. Right. Some of them, so that's at 3:30. Consumer confidence, another one that's also been looked at.
Yeah, consumer confidence might add some dollar strength. You'll actually see it going up, but more than likely not a major thing to actually consider. But it is something to consider, especially like with the interest rates. So sooner or later, if we see that dropping lower and lower, like it's going to add more pressure to cut.
So that's at 5 as well. So that's on Tuesday, right? So those are the events for Tuesday. Wednesday, another GDP, AUD GDP. AUD is just gonna be busy this week.
Yeah, like 0.7%,
Mm.
fairly decent quarter on quarter. It's not great,
Mm.
but still fairly decent. But year on year, they're sitting on 4.9%.
Mm.
Well, forecast is 4.9,
Yeah,
down from 5.9.
Yeah, that's a jump. That is a jump. So I think that's the only major event for Wednesday. PM, okay, so we've got PMI.
Yeah, PMI coming out, the US, a little bit higher.
Sitting on 47.4, forecast 47.9. Whoa. Yeah, that's Wednesday, right? Those are the events for Wednesday. Thursday, let's see what we have. A few CPIs there and there, not really significant for that euro and initial jobless claims.
Nah,
Something.
skip it.
All right. That's it for Thursday, and that's it for Friday. Friday, I don't think we've got anything. That's the second day of the month. The third.
Yeah, supposedly when I thought NFP is coming out.
Yeah. Also thought.
Non-manufacturing
Mm.
PMI. Yeah, and that's it. So basically, this week the AUD is the one that has a major, not major, but let's have a lot of reports coming.
Yeah, definitely gonna cause some movement. I don't see it like causing a ton of movement, but definitely some movement in the markets.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for this week. Let's do this. Yeah. So the calendar. Anything else that we got from last week? There were no much events last week.
No, I can't remember much last week. To be honest
it
with
was a
you.
clean week.
There was something that came out on the
Was
USD.
CAD CPI last week?
There was a few CPIs.
Yeah, there was a few CPIs. I noticed
Yeah.
CAD CPI didn't really cause much. There was some US stats also coming out.
There was some US stats because it was like some
Mm.
movement in.
It was on
gold and all
Thursday.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember warning clients just keep out the market between 5 and 8. We also had Powell
It
speaking.
was the Fed meeting minutes.
Yes, meeting minutes as well.
Yeah. We had that.
So yeah, last week was also actually pretty quiet 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I hate that actually. There's not much happening, seeing everything sort of ranging, accumulating.
Well, the
sitting
dollar
in
has
the
been
same
strong.
places.
The
Yeah.
dollar has
Yeah.
continued the strength.
Dollars moved quite a bit.
Yeah.
Dollar has moved quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. That sort of push for dollar strength has been there. I think like we've significantly also seen like that gold sort of dropping on that dollar strength as well.
Yeah.
But even Euro USD's been like coming down very, very strong.
Yeah, Euro USD dropped. We've seen the USD Swiss trying to push up, but eventually pushed up. And then gold has just been aggressive.
Yeah,
Gold's
gold's been
just been
let's
aggressive.
start dropping down to like we've been looking at that 1800 level for gold for a while now, and it's been edging like very close to it at the moment. It's been but there's like a bit of support down 1810 that's been holding, but still. But like everything that on gold at the moment tells me like 1800 is the level. If you look
Yeah.
at all the different time frames, all the different time frames, just like it's correlating so well, even from that fib levels as well.
Yeah, so this is where 1810 is, this is where 1800 is. So the level between 1810 and 1800, right? We've got this structure here. Well, we can go all the way back, but just looking at the most recent price action, this is where the 61.8 is of this leg higher. Right.
But even if you take it from all the way from the bottom as well.
Yeah, sitting on 50 or close to 50 around here.
Yeah. That's why like that 1800 just it's lining up so well for me from those levels. So I want it down a little bit lower still. But it all depends on what's gonna happen like with this consolidation we're sitting at the moment.
And retracement's also, I mean, it's a nice retracement after that push up.
Mm.
We're concerned about it being very overextended. Got that pullback that we wanted. And I mean, we've been talking about those buy orders just lying there between 1800 and 1780. So I think it's definitely going to be a place where we can start scaling in, looking for it to turn around. And we also have NFP there next week. Maybe if we're still in and around these levels, and we sort of get a weaker print.
Oh, this is like they need to get higher than what's it, 500,000
Yeah.
for it to be like stronger.
Exactly. So if
2
we
months in a
maybe,
row.
yeah, if we maybe get a weaker print, I could definitely see that being the catalyst for gold to continue this sort of trend, let's call it, to the upside. Start this trend to the upside, and maybe looking to break absolutely every single top there with ease, especially if we're going to have.
I think you're very ambitious there.
Well, with the tensions currently rising between the US and China,
Mm.
I don't find it very. I find it very plausible.
My issue with that China US thing is there's too much, like they're too reliant on each other still. There's too much of a trade agreement between them.
Well, they've actually, there's supposedly the States has evidence that China has been supplementing Ukraine and helping them with lethal weapons.
For Ukraine or Russia?
Russia, sorry.
Yeah.
And they had sent out a warning over the weekend saying that if this evidence mounts, then that will have dire consequences. People talking about a Cold War,
So that's
possibly,
a war in the winter, huh?
yeah, possibly World War III. China also busy with military exercises with Russia
In South Africa.
and South Africa.
In
yes.
South Africa.
Well, we're joining them like next week, and we also have Russia withdrawing from an agreement between a bunch of different countries to state that they can only have a certain amount of nuclear weapons, so nuclear armed warheads. So yeah, they've withdrawn from that. They have no limit to their nuclear weapons right now, and they have warned the states, because the United States have said that China and Russia have developed their nuclear weapons much more than they have, so they need to start testing. The moment they said that, Russia saw that as a threat. They said, well, fine, we're withdrawing. If you test, we'll start testing too. So I just feel like between Taiwan, China now supposedly helping Russia in Ukraine, the States giving them a warning.
The US shooting down UFOs.
Yes, apparently shooting down UFOs. If everything, Donald Trump coming out 3, 4, 5 days ago on national television saying that if nothing changes, there's going to be a World War III. This is just all very concerning for me this year. It's just very concerning. The tensions keep rising. There needs to be solutions. They need to talk to each other. No agreements and things. Just start sorting out your issues. And I think it all comes down to human rights.
Human rights.
Because America is going to save everybody. They want to save everybody. So
Land of the free.
Yeah, land of the free. We're gonna come and give you freedom for your oil. But
isn't it the other way around? They like take your freedom and they take your oil as well.
So you're saying with what you said there, we might see gold pushing all. You said that's a bit ambitious. Seeing gold pushing all the way up.
Like for it to break those last highs, like we need to see some sort of a significant fundamental movement. Like,
I think, yeah.
like even on that previous spike up on the wall, like it basically rejected so hard from that 2050 level.
Right there.
Yeah, it just touched it and like dropped.
Yeah.
And this is like right in the beginning of the war, how it started like pushing so aggressively. There has to be, and I always say this, for gold to break higher than that, we'll have to get like some substantial amounts of like intervention from other countries other than Russia and other than Russia and Ukraine. So I'm not seeing it at the moment. Like until that happens, then I can say like their gold's gonna start flying. Just for that safe haven sort of.
we don't hope it happens, obviously. You don't hope it happens, but if it does happen, we're pretty safe in South Africa from nuclear weapons, and we can trade gold.
Missiles don't fly that far.
Yeah, and we can use that opportunity to trade gold. Obviously, it's not a nice opportunity, or it's not a nice thing that creates that opportunity. But as a trader, we always have to look where we can make obviously the most money. So not something we wish that could happen, but very much a possibility if tensions keep building between these two countries, especially since the US is so against Russia right now. China working with them pushing the NATO thing with the Ukraine. It's actually the States that started all of this.
It usually is.
Yes, you know, they are aggressors in most situations.
Yeah.
So we'll see. First, Trump said as well, and look, I'm not a supporter of Trump or whatever. You know, most people don't like him, whatever the case may be. The guy knew how to run a country at the end of the day.
It's debatable.
It's debatable, but statistically looking at it, you know, he was also the only president where there was no ongoing or new war while he was president. And
because he was in bed with everyone.
But still, statistically looking at it, so you know, it's I think maybe he'll win the next election, and that's might, you know, cool things down a little bit. But right now, if things are going to be in the hands of Biden and his generals and so on, I just see it getting worse and worse and worse.
I think elections are only next year, so
Yeah, exactly.
it's not anything anytime soon.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to elections next year.
Yes.
It's like one of the most fun times to trade. Like, it's the make sure you get enough sleep before election night, because during election night,
Crazy.
yeah, markets will be volatile, especially like the continuation you get afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to wrap up gold from a technical point of view on the weekly time frame, there's some interesting price action. All right, and I'm just gonna point that price action out. So let's just clear this chart. So we have this zone here, right? There could be a zone of demand, right here. Looking at this consolidation right here, this push to the downside has printed zones as well, the supply zone. So we've got the first supply zone here, right, and then we've got the second supply zone right here. That's where we saw a bit of imbalance in the market before the market shot down. So now, in the short term, right, what I would anticipate is, you know, a bounce from this zone up to the next zone, the supply zone, and then from there, of course, we will then monitor price action, right, to see what happens. So I would say, in the short term, maybe a pushback up here. Then there could be a drop after that. It is possible, but we'll see. If we switch to the lower time frame, looking at how the market has just been pushing down, it's moving in this channel, right? So the strength that we saw before, pushing to the downside, now we see the market kind of like trickling to the downside. Usually when I have a pattern like this, price tends to push aggressively to the upside before it continues down or continue up. So yeah, so from a technical point of view, this is how gold is looking, right? With these zones, still looking at that 18 around this flip level here, the demand zone here, maybe up to the next supply zone. Let's see how it will develop.
Yeah, looks good. I had a client that is watching the podcast asked us to do a little bit of analysis on gold. So I hope my colleagues confirming what we spoke about this morning assists you with the rest of your intraday trading. But yeah, I do agree. I still feel like we are not at a place right now where we will, as you say, get sort of that aggressive bounce that we are looking for. Around that 1800, 1801.
Yeah, I mean, continuing selling around these zones might be a bit risky because price is already down, right?
Exactly.
These are good zones for a buy.
Yeah.
Right. I would say if anyone is looking for sales, right, they're out either on the supply or that supply, depending on how price goes there.
100%. 100%. That was exactly what I said. I said, just wait. Let's wait.
Yeah.
Let's go hit 1800. And let's see what happens on the US Open today. It is Monday. First day of the week, we need to see what happens. Usually we like to stick to trading Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays.
And he also said what, Nasdaq?
Yes, I also had somebody ask about Nasdaq, and
Nasdaq, I don't really have anything. What do you guys think of Nasdaq?
Long end.
Yeah, I'm also feeling the long on this one. I think today
yeah.
on the open we'll get some decent push, maybe back to that previous high.
This high?
No, this of the structure. Yes, yeah.
But
Maybe some-
if you do a fib extension from there to where it was at the low from Friday,
From which point?
that last swing.
Fib extension.
No.
I mean, up.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
No.
From yeah, go for it.
No, it's the other way around.
From that correction. That's actually a correction that we have there.
Yeah, this looks more like a correction. So like this is sort of lining up pretty well.
Looking at it, 161.
Yeah. Yeah, I did have a little short look at it this morning. Felt like, maybe we can see some of the. I wouldn't necessarily say continuation to the upside or maybe go back up, but at least go look to touch the top of the structure or at least the bottom of that end that's sort of formed there.
The thing is, like, if you zoom out a bit and it goes all the way up there, there's a nice head and shoulders pattern.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What I'm looking at is I'm of the same view of a push to the upside, but instead of targeting that top there, that 161, that's a very strong level, right? I would, if I go to the H4, right, like short term, right? Short term, I would look at this 50 here.
Yeah.
For me, price to go to the 50. All right, and then from there, I like to look at structure and how price moves in particular or in some certain directions. So short term, I would say price go there, and then we'll look for a break and continuation above or not. But that's what I'm looking at here. All right. At the moment, Nasdaq is on this zone. This is zone here. This is the support zone run around this level here. So the continuation, of course, because there's a correction here, you've got your impulse correction, you can get that. All right. If anyone's looking for short-term targets, I would say 50 of the Fib, looking to hold on, maybe go up to that golden mean, 161.
You can see how like nicely it broke that last high, tested it down. Like that continuation looks good.
Yeah, this is actually a correction here. You still have this momentum. The banks, this is where the banks are.
Yeah.
Cool. Another bias confirmation, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you guys do make some cash on the trades that you have been asking us about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else specific that you guys want to look at.
Have a look at like Euro USD just to like refresh on it.
All right, let's go for it. Euro USD.
Got hit parity.
I've got you. I don't have it here. Euro USD looks set to continue to the downside.
We're gonna hit parity again. If the dollar continues the way it's continuing right now.
So parity is around about here.
Yeah.
I think it will come back to you.
That's too deep.
It is a bit deep. I'm just being
Optimistic.
no, not optimistic, a clown.
But just zoom out quickly. Do you want to line on that last week at the bottom? Down,
All the way
there.
Let's draw a zone here, around about there.
Yeah.
There is around 1.03400 around that level. I think a possible drop back down to the support.
Yeah, likely. But that's still not deep enough to like for that continuation to come in.
Let's do this. All right, so that's from the weekly. Take that Fib, close enough to the 50. Close enough to the 50, and also how it's rejecting the zone here. Right. The push to the downside. Came back for a rejection, a bounce, retest. Now it's going down.
Possible false breakout.
This retest here. Falls break to the upside. Yeah, the bull trap.
Grabbing that liquidity, hitting the stops out.
Yeah, I mean this candle, this liquidity right here,
Yeah.
right? If it happens that price goes up, a bit of manipulation, then it is gonna find those orders here again, and then maybe do this. That's also a possibility.
Form like a similar structure before it like broke down there as well.
Yeah, right here. Right, and yeah, so liquidity is sitting right there. They could spike this. I mean, this NFP coming, they could spike it one more time to the upside. All those that are maybe holding sells, spike them out, pull, and then come back again. All right. So this is also a possibility. This looks like a strong zone right here. Right here. Maybe another possibility is for this coming back down here. Give us that 50 retest of the fib of this entire leg.
Yeah, because I mean, even this, let's call it retracement of this sort of upward
Maybe this
movement we
is-
have is not enough. I don't think it's enough for continuation.
As yet. No?
Yeah, I think that level that zone that you marked out looks pretty decent too. If we hold that level
Yeah.
on the bottom, maybe look at re-entering there, or as you say, that spike back up to that zone to the top, and then sort of seeing what we're gonna do there. I don't really think we're gonna get such aggressive movement this week out of all three of these pairs.
Yeah.
Unless something significant happens, I think it's more gearing up to be a good trading week next week.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the monthly pairs, some of the monthly time frame on some pairs. And
Everything's over, eh?
yeah, there's like huge candles. Candles.
Yeah.
So you got this monthly candle, probably gonna close like this. Probably, right?
So then you're looking at a one monthly time frame, then you're more than likely to like push up to like where last month closed. Then I'd look at selling from about this level.
Yeah, so there will be like a retracement on the lower time frames.
So if it's closing like this, I'll definitely do that because this month's like it's such an nice engulfing candle. I'll definitely look at like getting it up here and selling it back down again.
And that is a nice level on the shorter time frame. I mean, bounced a few times, rejected a few times.
Yeah, like this is correlating quite well.
Yeah,
Like right there.
does look
Get
nice.
that retracement up to there and then look at selling it back down again.
So on this time frame, if you look to the left, like the previous low, right there, there's a demand zone there. There's demand zone. So normally when there's a demand zone, you could get that retracement, that push to the upside, which has the possibility of going back to that level or anything. So at the moment, gold and Euro USD are printing a lot of demand and supply zones. This is the zone I'm talking about here. Right there, right? So maybe that retracement here to that zone. Like I see what you're talking about here, right? On the monthly, maybe the candlestick might look something like maybe like this, where this spike was the retracement,
Yeah,
and then it dropped down.
well, you can similarly like you normally see our price reacts this way like during like the open of the next month. It goes to go test like where the open and close was, and then it starts moving in the opposite direction. So this is like a nice sort of a candle formation for that. Look to get it like up to where this month actually opened up, because we actually closed below it. Get it up to where like it opened up and then take it back down lower. If this level holds, you can like look at riding it lower to like these levels that we see.
I'm thinking right now, if that candle can close below the low, then there's gonna be a very powerful signal, because that's gonna mean we've got a lower low on the lower time frame, retracement and drop again. Yeah, looks good. So yeah, so a lot of candles have a lot of time. Currency pairs have the long and big monthly candles, right? Where we might see a lot of reversals coming into the market. Inverse of Euro USD. I'm looking at USD Swiss personally, right? We're looking at that inverse there, that engulfing. The close is still here. This cannot close because it already broke above that. We've got a higher high, right? A retracement can then take us up to this zone. USD Swiss, that's what I'm personally looking at for some short term,
So that was a nice big
Sell.
rejection.
yeah, and a buy.
It's strange. I had a lot of clients actually in the last week
Mm.
and last week. A lot of them picking up on the USD Swift trades.
Yeah,
A lot of them.
yeah. I mean,
And I was wondering why, and I spoke to one of the signal providers, and he said, "Oh, it looks like it's going to be, a nice continuation from where we are sitting now. I don't know what's driving that, personally. Not focusing too much on
yeah, on
that,
technicals.
on that, that currency, but from my side as well, been seeing a lot of traders starting to trade this pair.
Yeah, I mean, it's been moving nicely. We've had a look at this on our education sessions. We predicted this push to the upside. Missed the pending order. Set the pending order, missed it, but it's all good. So what we have now is this possibility, all right, of perhaps getting a short-term push to the downside from these levels, and looking at something like scenario like this where maybe we can get a pushback down here as a retracement or correction before you continue higher, right? Which means Euro USD might start that retracement that we spoke about, right? Yeah, but USD Swiss has been moving good. Trust me, for this past month, it's been doing good. It's been doing good. Yeah.
Always opportunity, even on the, even if it's not the majors, you can always find something to trade.
So yeah, so these are the pairs. Any pair that you guys are looking at, I'm looking at USD Swiss for some shorts. Gold, I'm still patient on gold. Patient on gold.
Yes.
I don't want to do anything at the moment.
Yeah, I've told everyone, guys, let's wait to get to that zone. Maybe if you want to take the risk, keep the lot size small. You can maybe still look for some sells, intraday sells. But also personally,
Yeah.
I don't want to touch that thing until we see what happens at 1800.
Gold is building up for like a nice move.
I agree,
Really nice.
100% agree. We've been talking about it all along.
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah, so that's where patience is very important.
What's natural gas doing right now?
And actually, natural gas actually doesn't look too bad for a buy at the moment.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like it's
Yeah.
been shaping up like really well. Close of last week. There's still levels I wanted to break at the moment. It's just broken it.
Nice.
Let's see.
That's
Yeah, I
nice.
mean these zones. We spoke about these zones on our previous. That it's building up for a strong push up. All right. I mean you can't continue selling here. Who wants to sell now?
No.
Nah. So at least get a retracement. So yeah, I think that push to the upside is about to start. Just
Yeah, I would
have a look
agree.
at.
Like I would like it's closing at the moment. Like I was waiting for that last levels to actually break, and I see it has actually just broken.
You know, this thing has the potential of coming back here.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Like I was waiting that little consolidation it formed right there. I was waiting for that to just break, and it actually broke quite well.
Let's see how the weekly is. Yeah.
It's hard to check the weekly on a Monday, but
These weekly candlesticks, they don't provide anything. Yeah, at least the monthly we're seeing something. Yeah, it closes like this. Alright, then we can just see this push up.
Nice bounce.
Yeah.
when you sooner or later natural gas is gonna be ready for the buy. I think we're like very close to that at the moment.
Very,
If
very
not
close.
there. You have such a strong move to the downside. Doesn't this look like Bitcoin?
It does. It does. And it was so unexpected. I mean, on a fundamental basis, we shouldn't have seen the decline in the price this
No.
aggressively.
Oh, yeah.
Unless, obviously, China's been meddling, which we do have that sort of conspiracy. Them buying by contract coupled to the oil price, so on and so forth. But I find it strange after everything that happened, that natural gas, that falls so heavily. It just didn't make sense for a while. It actually still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think gas and gold, they're building up for those movements.
Maybe trade
would-
of the year for natural gas again.
If you start buying it now, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh,
This could be like a blockbuster of a trade.
that's what I'm thinking. Just that you be a little more, just a little bit patient. But once you get that move, and it's gonna be the situation where once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
It might not even.
FOMO is gonna catch everyone, man.
Because imagine a move like this, you wouldn't want to start selling
No.
here. In hindsight, it went down, but you wouldn't want to start selling around this level. It's already low.
You might just see that gap close, huh?
It needs to. I mean, historically we've seen and gaps need to be
Yeah.
filled. If it gets filled in a month, in a year, or 10 years, at some point it needs to get filled. So yeah, I don't know if gas will be like at the prices we saw this year again very soon.
There's a nice divergence there, huh? Before they break down lower. To the right there, that last upswing.
Here, right here.
No, back. Like there's no dot. Yeah, there.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that already went down. Right, so it was a sell actually.
Yeah, that's why that divergence and that momentum was slowing down. We didn't see that. We didn't see it push a lot higher than that last high.
Yeah,
Was sort of some sign of a bit of a
push to the downside. Yeah, so look, we'll monitor natural gas every week, gold every week, and yeah, man, these moves are just they're looking nice, these potential movements. Yeah, so these are the charts. Went through some charts. Anything else, or that's it?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
At the moment, I think we're still lining up pretty decent.
Yeah.
Some nice movement still in the markets itself.
Yeah. Now, as I said, we're gonna monitor those movements, and yeah, don't forget the competition, the raffle. You know, the next podcast after the NFP, that's where I think there will be an announcement, something like that. Yeah, great prizes to be won. Subscribe to our channel and open a live account, and deposit. $50 for you to stand a chance to win these great prizes. I mean, for a beginner, $300 is a nice account to start with.
100%. Even $250, even $200,
$200,
even $150.
You
can work with it. You can work with it. If you manage to risk find $100, we'll micro the account. Let's micro it. You can still work with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys, if you just to mention as well to all the viewers, if you do have any particular pairs that we don't usually look at that you would like us to look at in the podcast in some of our sessions, please do let your account managers know so that they can put in a request with us. Let us know, some of my clients want you to analyze this so that we can also take a look at it or pop us a comment on the live stream.
Of course. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward for to the week. This is a technical week, not a lot of news events, and yeah, looking forward to the week. Yes. Sir.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
We didn't even mention anything about Barcelona.
It was coming. I think we said it. Look, it was coming. We almost showed them flames in the first leg. Second leg, it was inevitable. Inevitable. Yeah, but we're on a good roll right now. First trophy for the season. We're going for the next one. But we're on a good roll. Ten Hag is doing a very good job.
3 trophies to go.
Isn't it 4?
Yeah, because we already got one.
Oh, 1 in 4.
Yeah.
3 trophies to go. Yeah, 3 trophies to go.
I like optimism.
That's how you become.
Man City on top.
In Ten Hag we trust.
Ten Hag we trust. Yeah, it's unbelievable what he's doing.
Unbelievable, man.
In like what, 8 months?
And a side note, like, who do you think's gonna buy Man United? Because the bid was coming in fast last week.
Is Jim Ratcliffe still in the running?
Yeah.
And Qatari, or is it Qatari?
Yeah, Qatar's still in the running as well.
Yeah, hey, I don't know much about those people, but at least Qatar looks like they've
Got a lot more money.
Yeah.
So the difference is like Jim Radcliffe wants to have a leverage buyout, and Qatar's saying they're going to do all cash.
Obviously, cash is king, man.
Yeah, like 6 billion. Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Cash is king.
Yeah, going for it. They're going
Hopefully, the players will get their locker room upgrade
Everything.
that they've been crying for. So,
everything.
It's not just the locker room, man.
well, yeah.
You should actually see there's
performance.
renderings of the new stadium as well that they want to build, because they're going to build a new stadium.
Yo,
Well, they want to build this part of their plan.
going big or go home.
Yeah.
You know, they might get De Jong as well. I think you said that.
I don't know. I don't know if they even want the young.
We don't want him. I saw him play at Old Trafford. I was like, nah, but we got Casemiro for this.
Yeah,
you
got
know.
Casemiro, got Sabitzer.
Sabitzer.
Why do we need to like pay like how many million? His wages like 500, 600,000.
It's not something we can. Not someone we can.
Skip it. Like Ten Hag can build from scratch. Like we
Yeah.
don't need you.
Yeah. I mean, we've got Sabitzer. Sabitzer might sign a permanent deal. You know.
I don't know. Like he hasn't played like enough to actually like state that. But it would be cool to actually see.
Yeah, but every time it comes on, you can see that there's quality. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
much.
All right. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's it.
Mm.
You know, for those who kind of like wondering why is it on a Monday, our new date or day is a Monday, right? We moved from a Friday to a Monday at 3.
Mondays at 3. Then we have a bit of time to actually consolidate and
Yeah.
catch up on the week ahead. And especially like it kind of throws our schedule a little bit around when
When you have fun.
on NFP comes
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
So we sort of discussed, and Monday seems to be working a bit better.
So you're gonna have a balanced week. We're gonna have the podcast CPI or interest rates, and then NFP later on. Makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, that's where we're gonna end it. You know, don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. Check out our live streams, and yeah, any questions, comment down below. Are there any questions? There, not much.
Not today.
Yeah.
Just gonna be a good week. Definitely gonna be a good week.
Yeah,
Very
the dollar is
technical
setting
week.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Dollar's setting up for a reason.
some heat coming in from Cameroon.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Please share, like, and subscribe. You know, the more you share, the better the chances we are to reach more audience.
Yeah.
You know, 100%. And that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you guys on the next podcast and then the NFP after that.
Yeah. So next week Monday.
Next week, Monday and Friday. Yeah. Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.